Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have a new stunning dessert recipe for you, and I'll be making my lemon mousse cake. It's made with lemon cake layers, a lemon curd mousse filling, and finished off with a lemon jello layer. You guys are going to love this cake. It has so much incredible lemon flavor, and it's so stunning. For this recipe, I'm using my basic vanilla cake recipe and my easy lemon curd recipe. I have separate video recipes for both of those, and I'm going to include the links down in the video description box below. So I took my basic vanilla cake and I added loads of lemon flavor to it. So I added 2 teaspoons of lemon extract and then the zest of 2 lemons. And I have that cake all done, I have my easy lemon curd all done, and now I'm going to show you how I put the cake together. And I have my lemon cake layers all ready, so once the cake layers baked, I let them cool completely, and then I took a long serrated knife and I leveled off the tops of the cake so they're nice and level and they stack really well. And then I also let my lemon curd recipe cool completely in the refrigerator. You want it to be nicely chilled before you add it into the mousse. So for the mousse, it's going to be a whipped cream based mousse, and I'm going to pour in 3 cups of chilled heavy cream into my mixer bowl. You want it to be really nice and cold so that it whisks up nicely. And 3rd cup going in. I'm also going to add in 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar. And 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. I'm going to whisk this on medium to high speed for about 3 to 4 minutes until stiff peaks form. And I have my whipped cream all done. Now before I add the lemon curd and the gelatin into this whipped cream, I'm going to reserve about 1 cup of it for the topping. So I'm going to set this aside into the refrigerator, and I'm going to continue with this next step. And check out this lemon curd. It's so creamy, and I wish you guys could taste it because it's so delicious. I'm going to set aside about 1/2 cup of this lemon curd. I'm going to use it to spread onto my cake layers, and the rest of this I'm going to add into the whipped cream. And lemon curd is going into the mixing bowl. And I'm going to whisk together the whipped cream and the lemon curd for about 1 minute on medium speed until it's well combined. And if you want to add some extra yellow color into the mousse, you can add in some yellow food coloring. And today I'm going to be using some unflavored gelatin to help set that whipped cream mousse. And I have 4 teaspoons of unflavored gelatin here. To that I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of water. I'm going to mix that together. Then I'm going to take this over to the microwave and heat it in 10 to 15-second intervals for about 45 seconds until that gelatin is completely dissolved. And this next step is really important. As soon as you have your gelatin dissolved and it's still really nice and hot straight from the microwave, don't let it cool, otherwise it's going to start to set. It's going to form clumps. I'm going to add it directly into my heavy cream with a mixer running on low speed to get it combined. And that's it for my lemon mousse filling. Check out how fluffy and creamy this is, and it tastes absolutely amazing. It's going to be the perfect complement for our lemon cake layers. And now that I have all my ingredients ready, I am ready to assemble my cake. And before I start doing that, I wanted to talk really quickly about how I'm going to assemble. So today I'm going to be using an 8-inch springform pan, and then I've lined the inside with an acetate cake collar. Now the one I'm using isn't quite tall enough, so I just taped 2 sheets together. And this plastic, it just keeps everything on the inside, and then it's really easy to take the cake out of the pan. So all you have to do is just unwrap the plastic. I'm going to leave an affiliate link down in the video description box below, but I get this bulk roll off of Amazon and it lasts you like forever. But if you do a lot of no-bake desserts or mousse cakes, this kind of plastic wrap is the perfect solution, and it just makes every cake look really pretty. So let's get started and put this together. And before I stack my cake layers, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon curd to each layer. So grab a little offset spatula and spread a couple tablespoons of that reserved lemon curd. Spread it evenly to the edges, and this way every single bite of the cake has even more lemon flavor. And to assemble the cake, you'll want to grab the first cake layer and drop it into the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to add in about 3 cups of my whipped cream and lemon curd mousse. And spread that mousse evenly to the edges using the back of a spoon. And then drop in the second cake layer. Add more of the mousse filling. And level off this top so it's really nice and even, because we're going to be pouring a jello layer over the top of this one. And this lemon mousse cake is ready for the refrigerator. I'm going to let it chill in the fridge for about an hour to allow that mousse to start to set up, especially on top, and then we'll come back to add our lemon jello topping. My mousse cake is setting away in the refrigerator, and now I'm ready to prepare my jello topping. So today I'm using a 3-ounce package of lemon jello. Now I'm going to be using half the recommended water so that the jello sets firmer. So I'm going to be using just half a cup of boiling water, not the recommended 1 cup. Drop that in and stir this until that gelatin is completely dissolved. It's going to take just a few minutes. And I'm going to cool this jello mixture down with half a cup of ice cubes. And this jello needs to be cool before you pour it over the mousse, otherwise it's just going to melt that mousse and then kind of melt all together, and it's not gonna look too pretty. So make sure that this jello is cooled down. All right, and now I'm ready to add that jello on top of the mousse cake. So I'm going to use the back of a spoon and kind of pour it gently over the top, just like so. And then this cake is going to go back into the refrigerator. I'm going to let it chill in there for a couple more hours. Optimally, you want to keep this in the fridge at least overnight for 6 to 8 hours so that everything is set. And this is going to be absolutely amazing. And I want to make one more quick note before I put this back into the refrigerator. When you're applying that final layer of mousse on the top, make sure you get it all the way to the edges, and then make sure that your acetate cake collar has a little bit of that overlap so that the jello doesn't flow down the sides of the cake or over the side. All right, my cake is chilled in the refrigerator for a few hours now, and I'm going to transfer it onto my cake stand. What I like to do is gently slide a little cake spatula, cake lifter underneath one end. Make sure it's well underneath there, and then do this really quickly. You're gonna lift it right off of the springform pan and set it onto your cake stand. And this is really easy to do when you keep the plastic in place, so make sure that plastic stays in place. And now I'm ready to remove the plastic wrap from the cake, and you wanna do this gently and carefully. And you just gently start peeling it away. And I've transferred that reserved whipped cream into a pastry bag. I'm using open French star tip number 4, and I'm going to add little dollops of that whipped cream on top. And then add some lemon wedges right on top. And check this out. I mean, I am loving those thick layers of that lemon mousse. This is going to taste so incredible. And that's it, guys, for this stunning lemon mousse cake. For the full recipe, including the recipe for the lemon cake and for the lemon curd, head on down into that video description box. I have all the links that'll take you over to my website so you can print this recipe off and share it with your family and friends. And now it's time to dig in and enjoy. I am loving these layers of that lemon mousse, and I really like that lemon jello on top too. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything. And you can also serve this with extra lemon curd if you have some, or you can make like a double batch of the lemon curd. It's really good to have some extra lemon flavor. This lemon mousse cake is something else. It is so incredibly delicious, and that's coming from somebody who makes a lot of cakes, and it's actually quite difficult to impress me, but I am super impressed with my latest cake creation. It's just phenomenal. I love that lemon mousse. It's so light and fluffy, and it just kind of melts into your mouth, combined with those really delicate lemon cake layers. This cake is an A++ in my books. Definitely going to be making this again and again. It's going to be a real hit. If you guys are looking for the ultimate lemon cake, this recipe is for you. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for all the links. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe at home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.